Hi, friends. Welcome to day one of the 5 day challenge. I am so excited to be here with you this week, and I'm really excited to dive in to this program. I'm going to try to make these videos as short as I possibly can and still bring you really good information so that at the end of the 5 days, you have a system that you can use to totally transform your life. Okay. And that's not just hyperbole. This is the system that I use. So let's dive in. And I want to talk a little bit about tools. I know I've already discussed it a little bit before, but it's really important to kind of dive into the what and why of what we're doing. So we've all been there, right? We bought the planners, we've paid for the apps, we get really excited, we start using them, and then our attention gets diverted to something else, or we forget where we put the planner, we stop using the app, even though, we continue to pay for the subscription because we might go back to it, but then we forget about it, right? We've all been there. We crave now. Okay. We want everything right now. Our brain swirls with ideas and desires, and we want it all now. That's why we buy the things that make us feel good now. That's why we eat the things that make us feel good now. That's why we start the things that make us feel good now. We have too many ideas and we can't get started on one. We buy things we get bored with easily or realize later it was really just a shitty purchase, right? We eat things that we regret later. We start things that we never finish. No planner or app or tool is going to stop that, at least not long term. The reason they work initially is motivation, impulsivity, and novelty. But once that wears off, you're back into default mode, doing things the way you've always done them. Okay. That's our comfort zone, our default mode. And we're always going to revert back to that. So we have to retrain our brain and make our default mode the mode that better suits us and better serves us. So what I'm going to tell you it's not fancy. It's not going to blow you away. You're not going to be like, oh, wow, that's, oof, I'm ready to go. What we're going to work on today is really the exact opposite. And that is to slow everything down. That's where we need to start. Okay. Because all of the tools, all of the planners, all of the apps, all of the fancy gadgets, aren't going to do anything until we build our foundation. And this is where we start. We build our foundation by slowing down. So, for those of you who don't know me, real quick, I'm Coach Tracy. I'm a certified ADHD coach, I'm a certified women's empowerment coach, and I hold a lot of other certifications, including I'm certified in cognitive behavioral therapy. And that's important because I am going to use a lot of those tools, those methods, those strategies in this 5 day program. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is, if you do any research, it is one of the most effective strategies in mastering ADHD aside from medication. And for those of you on medication, you know this, right? Medication works only so far. You need to take it another step farther. There are things that we need to do. We can't just medicate ourselves through ADHD. We actually have to do something on our end. So if you're an ADHDer like me, you're probably thinking, look, I just want the tools, right? I just want the tools. I just give me something that's gonna help me do this now, right? But the problem is they are not going to work, right? We just continue to invest time and money and energy in tools that end up not working and it makes us feel worse. So, diving into the brain work is really where we need to start. And I know I fought this for way too long, for way too many years before I realized that I wasn't going to be able to buy a tool that was going to get me out of this, right? I had to do the inner work. And the inner work starts with slowing everything down. So, this program, I have purposely designed it so every day builds off the next. So, what you learned today, um, is actually what you learned today, part of what you're going to learn today, you're going to do every single day. But every day builds off the day before. So, even if you miss a day, don't try to catch up and do 2 or 3 days at once. If you miss a day, just go on to the next day and just do that day. Now, it's fine if you want to review the previous day and then do that day, but don't try to do 2 new days at once, okay? It's too overwhelming, and that's where we get stuck as ADHDers. Again, we want to do it all quick. And also try to refrain from doing this on double speed if you can even do that. Um, I will try to keep it lively and keep it quick so that you don't have to do that. But the way that I've designed this course is that each day builds off the next, and by the end of the 5 days, you are going to have a strategy to help you move forward and transform your life. So I've given you a little background so we can get started on the first and easiest but most important task for the week. This is something that you are going to use every single day. This is how I want you to start your day. This is what I want you to do when you feel anxious or overwhelmed. This is what I want you to do before you start a difficult task. This is a really important exercise, and it's going to seem really, really simple, but it really packs a punch. Okay. It's really important. So, first, I am going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to describe it, and then we're going to do it once together. So, it's called the Take Six. And what I've done is I've kind of taken that from John Asraf. Any of you know him? He teaches this in his book Inner Size and other places, but it's his strategy. I've tweaked it a little bit for us ADHDers, and it's breath work. So we're going to start by sitting up straight and closing our eyes. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. We're going to breathe in slowly for 5. We're going to hold it for 2. And we're going to breathe out like we're breathing out through a straw for 8. Like that. Okay. Now, when you do this on your own, you're going to do it 6 times. That's why it's called Take Six. But for our purposes today, we're just going to do it once. I want us all to do it together, and so that you know what you're doing when you actually do it, okay? So, let's get ready, and we're going to do this together now. So, sit up straight, close your eyes, get yourself in a calm, relaxed position, and take a deep breath in through your nose for 5. Hold for 2. And blow out like you're blowing out through a straw for 8. Okay. Now slowly open up your eyes. And I don't know, if you're anything like me, you want to do that a few more times right now. But in the interest of time and keeping these videos short, I just want to do that once. So you should already, just in that one breath, have felt a calmness come over you. And that's why this is so important. Doing this 6 times, you'll do it, just one gently and slowly right after the other. You're going to do it 6 times. And this is going to start to calm the monkey mind, to calm that chaos and that swirling of ideas. It's just going to kind of settle us down a little bit. Now, there are other strategies and methods and things to do after that, but I'm going to do one thing today. that I want you to work on. And the very next thing, so after this video, when you do your take 6, make sure you do that. You breathe in for 5, hold for 2, breathe out for 8, and you're going to do that 6 times. Then I want you to grab your handy dandy little notebook that I told you all to get, um, and grab it now. Hopefully you have it. And what I want you to write in it is my why. My WHY, my why. And this is what I want you to work on and really take some time. Once you're calm, once your mind is the monkey mind has settled down a little bit, and really dig deep into your why. Now, what I want you to focus on is just one thing. And this is super, super important. Like I said in the beginning, we have so many things that we want to do, right? We're ADHDers. We want to do it all and we want to do it all right now. And we know that we have now and we have not now. That's why we will eat the donut now, even though we know that it's not good for us because it's now. And we're not thinking about the not now later when we're going to beat ourselves up for eating that donut, right? Um, that's why we are going to, maybe have an extra drink at the bar because we want it now. And we're not going to think about having the headache tomorrow. That's the not now. Okay. We do this with so many things. We do it with eating, we do it with drinking, we do it with whatever things that we want to get done, right? So we get up, we're gonna do the dishes, we're gonna do the laundry, we have to take out the garbage, but we really should mop the bathroom floor, but before we do that, we have to throw the towels in, right? Ladies. Um, we try to do all of the things because we want to do them all right now. So by doing the take 6 deep breathing, and then when we go to focus on our why, we're going to pick just one thing. And that is super important. It's super important to remember for every single time you want to go do the dishes and then you start with the garbage and then you start with the laundry and then whenever you start to do that, you're going to want to bring yourself back to the one thing that you're going to do. So for this week, I want you to focus on one thing. What is the one thing that you want to work on in this challenge that's really going to make a change in your life? Is it you want more financial freedom? You want to, maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to get healthier. Maybe you want to start a workout routine. Um, Maybe you want to switch jobs. Whatever your thing is, just pick one. So if it is that, you want to start a workout routine, um, you're going to put that down, okay? My why and what is it? What is the one thing that you're going to focus on? I want to focus on being more financially stable. I want to focus on losing 20 pounds. I want to focus on starting a workout routine. I want to focus on getting to work on time. Um, Whatever that one thing is. And listen, you might want to do all of the, whoops, you might want to do all of those things that I just mentioned, right? Um, Pick one. And it really doesn't matter which one you pick because here's a secret I'm going to tell you. Doing it the way you've been doing it and trying to do all of those things at once hasn't worked. And if you continue to do it that way, you're going to continue to get the same results, right? If you just pick one, it doesn't matter which one you pick, which one you start with. Because when you do that one and you finish it, it gives you momentum to then do the next one and finish it and get momentum to do the next one. And what ends up happening is you actually start to get in a flow. Now, you might think that doing all of those things, if you just do it one at a time, it's going to take you forever to accomplish it all. And that's why we try to jam it all in together. But the reality is, doing it the way we've been doing it does make it take forever. But when we focus on just one thing at a time and we finish that thing and then move on to the next thing, it gets easier and faster. And we end up accomplishing more in a much shorter span of time. Also, as ADHDers, one of the reasons that we bounce so much is that we get bored, right? And that's where our why comes in. We have to remember why we're doing this. This is really, really important. Why do we even care? We have ADHD. It's worked out fine for us. Well, if you're here watching this, there's a reason something is not working out fine for you. Something is really stuck in your craw. Something is not going the way that you want it to go. So you want to dig into that why. And what I want you to do with this exercise is it's called the 6 layer deep method. Um, and I've learned that elsewhere also, but it is effective. It really works. I use it. And what you really want to do, and the reason why I want you to do this after you've done the breath work, because you've put yourself in a state of mind and body where you're relaxed and you can really start to hone in and focus and dig deep on that one thing. So let's say it is um, you want to be more financially stable. Well, why? Why do I want to be more financially stable? Maybe it's because I want to be able to be more flexible and have money to do things with my family. That's not why number one. Well, why is that important? Well, because I'm missing out on things. We're not able to take vacations. We're not able to do fun stuff. Well, why is that important? Because we're always working and we're always stressed out, and so we tend to argue and we're not enjoying each other. We're conflicted with each other. Well, why is that important? Because these are the people that mean the most to me and I love them and I want to be able to spend good quality time with them. Well, why is that important? Because at the end of the day, that's really the most important thing. I I want to be able to live my life enjoying people and that I love and being surrounded by love and joy and happiness and excitement. So that's just an example. And I'm kind of doing that off the cuff. So when you actually do this and you keep asking yourself, well, why is that important to me? What about that is important? Why? Dig 6 layers, keep asking yourself until you get to the point, and maybe it's not six, maybe it's eight. Um, Keep asking yourself why. If there's, until you get to that why, that really hits your heartstrings. And you're going to know it when you get there. When you get to that why, that's like, that's it. That's the why. That means the most to me. That's the why that's going to get me up in the morning. That's the why that's going to make me stop hitting the snooze button. That's the why that's going to make me not eat that donut. And maybe I take a bite out of the donut and then I remember my why and I only take one bite. So that when you get to that why, it brings it brings all of the emotion that you need to be motivated and driven to continue your commitment to move forward. So this is really, really important. So I want you to really take a lot of time with it and really think about it. Because the only way that you're going to quote unquote fix your ADHD, and I'm definitely saying that with quotes because it's not really a matter of fixing, but it is a matter of mastering and controlling your ADHD. Um, but you're only going to do that, you're only going to be able to do that if you have a really powerful emotional attachment to doing that. So work on getting that really powerful emotional attachment because we need to commit to it and we need to finish what we start. So that's what we're going to work on these 5 days. So that's it. That's it for today. You're going to do the take six breathing, and you are going to work on your whys. Okay. And then what I would like you to do is after you're done with that, go down to the comment section in this video and write in your why. Now, if your why is really personal and you don't want to share that with everybody, that's fine. Just write, I got it with an exclamation mark, and make sure you put the exclamation mark. I want you, when you get to that why, I want you to feel it and be excited about it. Like, yes, that is the thing that's going to keep me going for these 5 days. So that's it. Do your breathing, write your whys, comment in the comment section what your why is or that you got it. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Now, before you come back here tomorrow, I want you to do your deep six, I'm sorry. I want you to do your take six breathing. And then I want you to look at your list of whys. So come back here tomorrow ready with the in the frame of mind to get into learning by doing the breathing and re-looking at your whys. And I'm really, really happy to be here with you. I'm happy to do this program with you, and I am excited to be back here with you tomorrow. So we'll see you back here then.